Hey there, listeners. I'm Tom.
And I'm James, and you're listening to World on a String.
Hey, James.
Hi, Tom.
This is the third episode of our
Oh my
podcast.
God, holy crap. It just keeps getting
Number 3.
better and better.
Here we are.
What's been going on? How's your life been? Have you had a good week?
It's been an okay week. I did a play.
How's that?
Did a play in 48 hours. Did The Importance of Being Earnest.
Holy shit, I know that place. That must be like quite a hard play.
It's a long play.
Really? How long?
It's not actually that long at all. It's just a normal sized play, but for student theatre that is a long play because most student plays are like 45 minutes, whereas this was like an hour and a half.
Oh my God. An hour and a half.
We did it in 48. Like we started rehearsing Sunday at 8 a.m. and then performed it Monday at 8 p.m. So 36 hours. It's fun. It's intense, but I like it.
Holy crap. Other than that, has it been a good week? You've enjoyed your play?
Yeah, played Edge of the Empire for the first time.
Age of
That was good.
Empire?
Edge of the
Edge of
Empire,
the Empire.
the Star Wars role-playing game.
Oh, I didn't know that was a game. Is that one that I've got that we bought at the same time that one time?
Uh,
I feel like I've
no,
got it.
no, it's tabletop.
Tabletop.
It's
Oh,
it's D&D,
yeah,
but Star Wars.
that's really
Yeah,
cool.
I played that for the first time. That was really, really fun. I was a Wookiee.
Oh, wow. Did you choose
A
to be,
Wookiee
or
called
was it random?
Lowrick.
Lowrick.
Well, we were doing the beginner box for Edge of the Empire, and that's got pre-generated characters, which we all picked, and I picked Lowrick the Wookiee.
Wow, how long have you been working on that? Holy shit,
The
that
Wookiee
was
voice.
really impressive.
He's got a big old vibro axe,
What?
and he's chopping
What?
people up.
It's a g- what? Wow.
for chopping people.
Does it like kind of cut into them and they've got this axe stuck in their body and it just starts
And then it
vibrating?
just starts
And
vibrating, and they just wobble.
yeah.
Yeah,
You don't
it's
have to
very
like swing it
dangerous.
back and forwards to chop a tree down. You just chop it in and then it vibrates through.
I did a bunch of stuff for the first time this week actually as well. I also did an escape room in a box. It's like you buy the box. It was called the Secret Lab, uh, and it's got like a little booklet and like riddle cards and stuff.
Yeah.
And the riddle cards give you kind of a riddle to solve, and then the stuff to solve the riddle is in the little booklet or with the props that it gives you, just a couple of props. We were really bad at it. I did it with the people I'm going to be living with next year. So Will and Teens, and Sonia. You know Sonia.
Yeah.
Yeah, with her. We did it in our flat kitchen, and it was really, really fun.
Wait, so
I would
that's three
recommend.
of you. Or four?
Oh, we
Four.
did it with Epi as well. Four. There was five, but Epi had to go to work, so it was four.
Oh my
That
god.
was really fun.
We need to do
And then
that sometime.
today, I've just finished. Like we've been playing poker.
That's so cool.
Not with proper money. Just I've got I got for Secret Santa. I got this pocket roulette thing,
Yeah.
and it came with a big bag of like little chips. So we've just been playing with those. I've absolutely been wiping the floor with them, James. If it was real
Are you
money, I'd
really
have cleaned
good?
them out. No, I've just been
Oh, it's
watching
just
some poker live streams. So the Yogscast have been streaming some poker.
wow. Holy shit, you've been having an amazing week.
It's been fun.
That's really cool.
What have you been doing? You went home, didn't you? You moved home again.
I went home, I went back, and now I'm back here again. I'm back in Hull to do some
You're
filming.
back in Hull. What are you doing in Hull
Well, I
again?
did some filming today. I had an interview, and then I'm getting
What are
some
you
more.
doing in Hull?
Just filming. It's like the filming for an advert.
An advert?
Yeah, for the School of Music in University of Hull. So yeah, I'll be there. And they interviewed me, and they interviewed my clarinet teacher, and they interviewed another girl called Rachel. It was quite awkward, but there was like a director there, and there was a proper camera
Huh.
crew, and we were lit up. It was quite daunting. I got very sweaty. My armpits were not something to look at. I felt like you. And the worst thing is,
Oh, that's
we've got to go
rude.
back tomorrow to film us performing. And I just got a text literally 10 minutes ago saying, "Oh yeah, can you wear the same clothes that you wore today?" So I've got to
Nice.
rock up wearing the same Crocs. And
They're gonna pretend it was all on one day.
Yeah, I mean, oh, it definitely wasn't all in one day if you see the advert, I promise.
The lies of filmmaking.
It's disgraceful, isn't it?
Can't believe it.
But that sounds like you've had a great week. Holy cow. We've
It's been
done
fun.
loads. Um, we listened to an album and we watched a film. Um,
We did do both of those things.
I think, do you want to start with the album, Thomas?
Let's do it.
As we usually do. So this was my choice, and it was
It was.
ELO's 1977's album Out of the Blue.
Yeah.
What did you think overall?
I hated it.
Oh,
I didn't enjoy it, James.
oh dear. I loved it.
It's so long.
It wasn't
It's so
long.
long. It's an hour and 10 minutes, and every song is exactly the same.
Whoa.
I hated it. I enjoyed it for about the first 10 minutes.
That's cool. So that's like the first song. That's sick.
And then I just hated it.
Okay, great. Well, I hated Little Dicky last week, so
You know what my first issue with it is, James? I've got so many. My first issue is they
yeah.
can't even write a song. They had a
Would-
fade ending on like 90% of their
I
songs.
fucking knew
Don't
you'd
fade
say
your
this.
ending.
I knew you'd say this.
Just write an ending to a
About like
song.
halfway through, I was like, "Shit, Tom's gonna hate this. All of these are fading out."
One of them, It's Over, had a
Yeah.
fade intro. They couldn't even
What's-
write the beginning of the song.
You're so salty. Listen to this rage. Oh my god. Calm, Thomas. Let's calmly discuss
It would have been, it would be okay if you just removed like 50% of the songs and then put it on a playlist of like Prees music.
You'd listen to ELO for Prees.
I mean, I wouldn't, but that would be the only time where this album would be useful at all. It was
Really?
crap. Yeah, I didn't enjoy a minute of it. Well, I did. I enjoyed about 10 minutes of it, and then I realised that every song was exactly the same.
It's not exactly the same, right? This album,
Song by song.
it's got quite a lot of sentimental value to me, I think. We used to listen to it all the time growing up. This was like the album that played all the time. So when I think of it, I kind of think of certain moments that have happened in my life, which is really cool. So that's why I chose it, I think. And then you've
Right.
come here and you shit all over it like you
Well, it
usually
doesn't mean
do.
anything to my childhood.
Or you should do.
That must be why I had a more exciting childhood than you, because I was always full of energy, because I was listening to exciting songs, and you were
What, like
listening to
Little
this probably
Dicky?
asleep all the time.
So what do you
Jesus,
You couldn't
it's
fall
so
asleep to this.
boring. It was
Anyway.
so boring, James.
It was great. Let's go song by song. Turn to Stone.
Turn to Stone was first. I said, really like this feel right out of the gate. Got kind of.
Oh my god.
Got kind of Queen feeling lyrics/singing style, which is nice to listen to. Catchy chorus. Good Prees music. And then in caps, fade ending. No. And I gave it a 7 out of 10.
You gave it a 7. Holy shit.
I gave it a 7.
I gave it an 8.
That's the second highest score on the album.
Okay, so I think I know
Maybe third highest.
which is the highest for you.
Go on, which is the
I
highest?
And see, now that you said that, I don't think it's Mr. Blue Sky anymore, but I think it's
It's
Mr.
not Mr. Blue Sky.
It's not.
It's not. No.
Okay.
Mr. Blue Sky got a 5. I don't like Mr. Blue Skies.
What the Okay, let's leave it. I liked Turnstone. I gave it an 8. Yeah, I was just nice. I enjoyed listening to it. I enjoy listening to this sort of stuff. Let's move on to the second song.
So I just want to ask,
Yeah.
your typical day, what point in your day do you put on this ELO album?
Right. So, I've got like not a long walk, like a 5-minute walk to get to my practice rooms on a day. So that's my time to kind of listen to stuff that I haven't listened to in a while, or a new album's been released, which has happened recently, or I'll be doing some work and I'll just have music on in the background. There's kind of it. Car rides as well. It's a very car.
You listen to this in the car.
This was what we used to listen to on the way to school every day. You know, when
God,
we
it would
passed
make me.
your house.
I'd drive into a wall just to shut it up.
I loved it. I thought it was great. It made my day so much better. The days when I didn't listen to ELO on the way to school, coming to see you and everyone else at school, I'd have a shit day. But ELO made it so much better.
What the hell? But you can't sing along to it.
You can.
But the lyrics are so boring.
No. Shut up. Let's talk about the stuff.
Okay, It's Over This podcast is over.
It's done.
I'm not
We're
listening to
quit.
another one of your shitty albums. Okay. It's over was the second song, and
Yeah.
it had a. This is the one that had a fade intro, and I just no
What did you
no.
give it?
I give it a 6.
I say, oh, that's not as bad as I thought
At
it was
this
going to be.
point, I was still kind of into it. Okay. So the individual songs aren't too bad. The I don't have an issue with the style of it. It's not perhaps my cup of tea, and actually I can see why it would be good on a car ride because it is something that can come on and you can just listen to easily. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't put that album on. I'd have it in a playlist of driving music, and I'd only have one or two, maybe 3 songs in the playlist.
Yeah, I like the songs. We listened to the whole album all the time.
God,
Like day in, day out, every day it'd be the same album.
Jesus.
Maybe I'm just conditioned to like it.
But I said I liked the kind of a cappella-ish start to this one, and I liked the melody, and there was some piano chords going. That was all right.
Yeah,
I
the
didn't like
electric
the
piano is cool.
I didn't like the end. It was just like one guy like reedily whining.
Oh,
I don't care about that.
I
But
like the ending, but I can't actually remember the ending of this. I gave it an 8.5. You
I
gave
gave
it
it a
a
6.
yeah. That's very standard. Sweet Talking Woman.
I was maybe a bit harsh on. I've given it a 6.5.
Mm.
But I've said that it was really catchy and it had a nice drive to it. But I'm just not really a fan of that kind of robot voice effect that
Yeah,
goes through it.
it's like a vocoder, isn't it? That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah. The
It's cool.
vocoder. I'm just not
Um,
really a fan of that, and it was quite prevalent. But it wasn't prevalent enough for me to knock it down to a 6.5. Really, it was probably
yeah,
should have been about a
yeah, I
seven
gave
and a
it
half.
7.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree. I just thought it got a bit repetitive after a while. Used to be one of my favorite songs, but apparently not anymore, which is a shame.
Across the Border, I liked.
Yeah, I like the fact it was like a train.
The thing I liked about Across the Border, I've said that it had a kind of David Bowie feel, which was nice, and also the kind of picture that it painted was like a sci-fi dystopia in a way, and I just thought it was really cool. It was almost immersing me in a world that you know, it just had a really good vibe to it. That atmosphere that the song created, I did really dig. Sublight trains just sound cool as fuck. I wrote.
There was a little mariachi interval as well, which was really cool, which I like because it's supposed to be like across the border from modern Mexico to the US. I gave it 7.5. What did
I gave it a 7.
Wow, holy cow.
Night in the City
Yeah.
got my highest score.
Really?
Got an 8.
How come?
I've just written that I liked it. I wrote discordant. I liked the start. It was a bit discordant, but not too much. Just kind of noise.
Yeah. Yeah.
It had a kind of
That
like
was like
Wild
the
West guitar lick, but played like electro, which I thought worked really well. I've actually used the word juxtaposed. Right, that's how much I liked it. I
that's a big
busted out
word.
juxtaposed.
Wow. I can kind of get where you're coming from. It was cool with the kind of it felt like a city with all the car noises and like
Uh-huh.
there was a Pac-Man noise at some point and stuff. I can see what you mean. Yeah. I didn't like it as much. I think
I
this was my lowest score.
liked the call and response singing, but I've said that it had a weak finish.
Weak finish. I can't remember any finishes of any songs ever. Maybe it's because I just imagine them fading out all the time. Yeah, 7 for me.
Starlight, Starlight. I've written cool name. I like the whistly bits. I think it was like a bit.
Yeah. Ba ba boo ba. Yeah, I give it a 10. I love this one. I think maybe this was a bad album to choose because it's just shrouded with nostalgia for me and kind of I got a lot of sentimental feelings from it. And Starlight is definitely one of those songs. It is probably the most sentimental song in this whole album. I absolutely
Yeah.
love it to death. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Is
It should be
anyone
okay.
there? Okay, let's leave it. Nice. I said jungle because we moved on to jungle.
Okay.
What
Jungle, I
did
gave a 7.5.
same? Wow.
Nice. I said getting the jungle vibes. It did have that kind of drum
Yeah.
beat, like tribal feel.
Yeah, yeah.
and that it was quite groovy. But do you know what else it had, James?
What did it have?
It had a fade ending.
Tom, look, buddy, I every week, week in, week out, I'm gonna find an album
It's just
with
lazy,
fade outs
James.
on
It's
them.
just
I'm
lazy.
gonna Google top 10 fade out albums.
And I will give them all 2 out of 10. You know, the scores start getting low, James. I'm not after this one because I'm just sick of it all being the same.
Did you listen to them all in one go?
Yeah, because like I'm here to analyze them and to talk about how I think of
Yeah,
them. And if I'm doing other stuff, then I'm not paying attention. And God, it was just so boring.
I loved it. I had the time of my life. Oh yeah, I like Jungle. It was cool. The opening was cool. The opening was really cool. I like that a
Mhm.
lot.
Yeah, no, it did have
Um,
a cool opening.
I put original, but I'm starting to backtrack on that point now. Believe me now, Tom. Believe me now.
Believe me now. I said I liked like there was like shouty singing, but it was really quiet,
Yeah,
like they were really far
yeah.
away, and I liked that.
Amazing.
I said it's slower and smoother, and that I like the. I've written vibrato waves because I didn't know how to describe it, but it was like sirening.
Yeah. I get what you mean. Good use of terminology. Well done.
Uh, I gave it a 6.
Really? I gave it an 8.5. It was only short. This was only like a minute and a half, wasn't it?
Yeah, it spooked me. I was like, "What? It's changed," but it was a new song because it spooked me, and
Yeah,
it finished so quickly.
yeah, yeah. I think you're right. Stepping out.
I've written 2 notes: very samey, unremarkable. 4 out of 10. Nothing happened. Bland.
4. Oh
Beige.
shit. Beige. That's a good word. I'd never know how to spell it. 8.5 out of 10 I gave it.
I think. Beige.
I liked it. I didn't like the ending of the vocals though, for the
Did they
first
fade?
time. No, it's like the chromatic-y bit. It went up chromatically.
I don't
But I
even
think I
remember it.
think it did fade.
I listened to it like 20 minutes ago and I don't even remember it.
I know I like it. Standing in the rain.
I actually gave this one an 8.
What?
Another 8.
This
I
is
liked it.
7.5.
They were
Really?
bouncing, the piano was bouncing about. It's pretty cool. Some
Oh my
synthy
God.
groove. I liked it.
Yeah, I picked up on a little musical device that I really liked. It keeps switching between a two feel and a four feel,
Did
which
it?
I liked a lot. It did. But we could have groove discrepancies there, Thomas. I
Oh,
gave it
could
a
we?
7.5 though. It wasn't
7.5. Did it lose
wasn't
marks
that
for
good.
groove discrepancy?
No, it gained
Good.
marks for the two and four feel, but I
Right.
don't know if it's just me that's feeling it like that,
I don't know.
or I'll get some verdicts. I'll get a verdict. Oh God, there's so many more songs to go. Big wheels.
Yeah, there is, 'cause it was a long old album. Big Wheels, 5 out of 10. Samey goes on a bit.
Okay,
Literally
cool. 8 out of
average.
10. I thought it was good. The one thing I want to say about this that I'm gonna
Yeah,
say, it
say
moved
it.
so quickly on from the last song. Like it was
Yeah.
unbelievable. Moving standing in the rain straight to big wheels. Wow. I thought it was really
Okay.
cool. I
I'll
give it
take
an
your
8 out
word
of
for
10.
it.
It did. You have to go back and like it was cool. I loved it. 8 out of 10. Boom. Bang on. Summer and Lightning.
2 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10. Good. Mr. Blue Sky.
5. I feel like we need to talk about Mr. Blue Sky because it is probably the one that most people will know from this album.
Yeah, my Audacity is
Hello?
crashing. We're on Mr. Blue Sky. Um,
Yeah, so I feel like we need to talk about Mr. Blue Sky because it's a popular one. It's the one that most people will know from this album.
yeah,
So I gave
yeah,
it a 5.
yeah. I doubled that. I gave it a 10.
You gave this a 10.
Yeah, I love it. It just
God,
puts
I
me in
bet your
such a good
parties are
mood.
so boring. Everyone's just standing there or sitting on a sofa.
Nah, ba. We do not just sit on sofas. We listen to some top quality jams.
Oh, yeah, so they are boring. So,
No,
Mr. Blue Sky, I've written it's pre-music, it's not party music. It's on while it's something that you can play while you're playing like Ring of Fire or something, but it's not something that anybody wants to dance to.
no. I think
I've written in full caps. Do you know what I've written for this one?
Is it fade out? Did you write that there was
No,
a
I've
fade out?
written
Oh.
not a jive, and then stop recommending background music, James.
It's not background
It
music.
is background music. It's like
No.
soundtrack music. It's music that you put
Okay.
on to accompany another activity.
No, yeah, but I think you've been conditioned to think like that because you've heard it, especially Mr. Blue Sky. It's used in so many
I
fucking
think that about
films.
every song on this stupid album.
No, you.
I
How
do. There's not a
dare
single
you?
one that I would be happy just sitting down and listening to. They're all boring. Even the starting ones, right, that are okay, they'd be better. Like, I'd add the first maybe four songs, and then, which one was it? The one I liked. It's
Night in the
Standing in the
City.
Rain. I'd add those to a driving playlist that had a bunch of varied styles on it, and I'd listen to them while driving as if they were mixed in with other like songs, like I don't know, some Avril Lavigne on
Some
there,
Lil
and
Dicky.
also some not Lil Dicky's, not driving music. I'm not the world's hugest fan of Lil Dicky. I put that on because it's so different to the stuff that you listen to primarily. The album that I'm recommending today is my favorite album, and you're gonna hate it. But
No, I might like it. You never know. You don't know me.
yeah, the whole kind of, I think that the way me and you enjoy music is inherently different. Um,
Yeah.
I like music that I can play like and focus on. Like I put my music on in the shower, and I want if I've got my music on in the shower, I want something that I can sing along to, or that I can have a little like shuffle to in the shower.
I
Or
think.
if I've got music that while I'm walking somewhere, I want it to be something that I know the words to and that I can kind of sing along in my head with, and something that's got a bit of drive to it. Whereas I think for you, music is almost a way to uh, enhance doing something else.
I think you're wrong because like I listen to music in the shower. I think everyone listens to music in the shower, but I
I
listen to
listen to
jazz and
audiobooks primarily, but
okay, well
sometimes
that's a
music.
whole kettle of fish. That's for
Yeah.
another podcast. I listen to music in the shower and I listen to like jazz music and if there's a really good solo, I sing along to that. I don't sing along to the words. I can sing along to the like the jazz tunes. I don't rely on words. So like just how you might walk and you might be grooving with Panic at the Disco or whatever as you're walking, I can listen equally to jazz and kind of get the same
There's nothing
experience
in
out of it.
this that you can do that to though. I can
Yeah,
get
yeah,
it
you
with
definitely
jazz. I can
could.
get it with jazz. Like if you like, I don't listen to a whole bunch of jazz, so I don't know a bunch of examples. But something like, for instance, the Monsters Inc. theme tune, right?
Oh god.
That's probably one of the best theme tunes to any film ever.
Well, you could have literally said Incredibles.
The Incredibles is, I don't know. I like The Incredibles, but I don't think it's super memorable. The
What?
music.
What?
It's not super memorable. The only bit that I know is I can't even think of it off my head
The
now.
ba 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 ba.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da.
Yeah,
I couldn't sing any of the rest. Just that.
I could. I
Whereas,
definitely
yeah,
could.
you could because you've probably fucking played it in your orchestra 100 times, and like
Pronounced big band.
that's dumb as hell. Okay, and I played a concert band, so
Oh man,
um,
holy crap! This got hot real fast.
whereas like the Monsters Inc. theme tune, you can sing that. I could probably sing that all like not all the way through, but a significant portion. And that is, yeah, it's got that ba 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 ba
Oh
ba
my
ba
god.
ba, and it's the melody of it is remarkable and is memorable and it does stand out from the rest of the piece, so it's worth singing. But I don't know the music that you listen to. I think it is just the way it's written. It's almost music for people who who study music, and it's you have to take
Yeah,
it as a whole, and you listen to it, and it's the way that the melody interacts with the accompaniment and the whole style and everything. And you can
yeah,
listen to a jazz solo, and you can be like, oh, the way that they've used that jazz scale and
yeah,
changed the
yeah, yeah,
key like that is really interesting and cool. Whereas I don't know any of those things, so to me it is literally just, does this sound good to me?
yeah.
And
I
most of
think
the time it doesn't.
I think you're right. I think yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. A lot of the music I listen to is music for musicians, who really
Yeah,
are into their music. I can see exactly what you mean. To be fair, okay, I'll let it slide this time. What were we talking about?
I don't know. I
Mr.
mean,
Sky
there are
Blue.
more songs on the album, but I've given them very low scores. The Sweet as the Night is the next one, and I've
I
actually
give that
said, to be fair,
8.5.
I've given it a 6, and I've said it's better, it's more of a bop.
More of a bop. Yeah, let's just keep moving on. The Whale.
The Whale 3,
I gave
and
it
I've
an
not
8,
got any notes. I just
but
gave it a
that's
3.
Birmingham Blues.
2.
8.5. I like. Can I just say something about this? Thank you. The
Yeah,
It's
you
got a
can.
really cool Rhapsody in Blue reference, which I like. And Rhapsody Blue is a really famous jazz piece. And
Yes, I've heard of Rhapsody in Blue.
see, there you go. So it's got
What was the reference? Was it an
I
actual
think
reference, or did it play a motif from it?
no, it plays like a motif from it that
Yeah,
keeps
so I'm
coming
not going to
back.
pick up on that.
No, you could. You
It's
know Rhapsody
cheating.
in Blue.
I don't know it. I couldn't sing you any of it. I've just heard of it.
Yeah, I gave that an 8.5. Wild West Hero, last one on this.
Uh, I said I liked this one.
Hmm.
I've said I don't really know what happens in the middle. It's like playing, and then it just goes blah 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 blah, blah and then it just continues. It shocked me.
That sounded incredibly like Monsters Inc. That, that was cool. Yeah, I gave it a 10. I gave three
Uh,
tens this album.
oh
But I
my
think it's
god,
more because of
James.
sentimentality. I think that's
Fair
what it is.
enough. Fair enough.
Thank you. I'm glad you see the sentimental side. Wow, what a fucking slog that was to get through.
Yeah, well,
Holy
you
cow.
should have tried listening to it. That was more of a slog than talking about it.
No, that was a good one. I'm glad I chose this album. Um,
Okay, should we move on to the film?
yeah, let's go for it.
So the film was Cargo. That was the film I
Yeah.
recommended. It was Cargo. It's on Netflix. It's a Australian film. It's a lot of it is kind of the Adelaide Film Board and stuff like that. It's almost
Mhm.
indie. It's got Martin Freeman in it as the main character, and then the rest of the cast is pretty much unknowns. I didn't recognise anyone else.
Yeah, I didn't.
I had my first note is that I thought his wife was Amelia Clark for like 10 minutes.
Oh, I thought it was like I can't remember her name. I'll leave it. Like it was
The
if someone along the vein of like Brees, Dallas Howard, or
oh,
whatever her name is. I think I was well off. I'm not sure. I know what she looks like to be honest.
she looks a bit like Amelia Clark.
Does she?
Well, that's why I thought it was her, but and it's not her. I think it's probably Australian actors.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I was a bit disappointed that Martin Freeman wasn't doing an Australian accent
I was.
because I
I
really
wanted
like the
him to.
Australian accent and I really like him and I think it would have been quite funny. But my guess would be he couldn't do one, and so they didn't want a
Yeah.
bad one. They'd just rather he did English.
Do you want to know a fun fact about Australian accents?
Yes, I do.
My Siri is set to the Australian accent because I like it
So's
that much.
mine.
Oh no, that's fucking
That's
weird.
so
We didn't plan
weird.
this. Tom, I don't know if you can hear me,
Hello, you're
but
back.
I think my Audacity has crashed. Let's hear your Siri.
Okay, so I talk to her in Australian as well.
Is this how
So
you
if I'm
practice
like
your accent?
cooking, I go, "Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes."
Oh my god.
A timer is already running at 9 minutes and 5 seconds. Would you like
Oh,
to replace it?
Now cancel the timer.
I stopped the timer.
I like. I'm just so proud about that. I stopped the timer. It was me. I did it.
I do swear at her a lot as well, though.
Yeah, she's Australian though. She can deal with it.
Exactly. That's why
So,
I'd feel rude swearing at a British woman.
yeah, but in Australia,
It's fine.
let's keep going back cargo.
So one of my first notes is actually wrong.
What is it?
I said that I liked the kind of show don't tell feel of it, like on the boat that they lived on at the start.
Hmm.
The like sliding patio door to open it had like a tambourine attached to it, so that if somebody else had opened it, they'd have been able to hear.
Yeah.
And I thought I really liked that kind of feel where it was a fleshed out world, but they weren't explaining everything. But then that didn't really ever happen again,
No.
like a thing like that. It was just kind of that one off thing. So it didn't have a show don't tell feel, but I did like that tambourine in the door.
So that your note is you like the tambourine that was on the door.
Yeah.
Great. I was I've been talking to one of my friends. He's doing a music and film degree, and I've been
Right.
talking to him about it because he watches everything with us. He's like our most loyal fan.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
my Will does that. Will
Shout out
actually
to
recommended
Sam.
Cargo to me, but
Yeah, I'll take Sam's recommendation one day.
does
Talk
are
to us
his
soon.
music choices any better? Because you could take his music. I wouldn't mind.
Oh, his music's a lot worse. A
Oh no.
lot worse. Yeah, so he really didn't like it. He absolutely hated it, and I kind of wish he hadn't told me that because I watched it after him, so he told me he hated it.
Oh
Um,
James,
he told me I
I
couldn't.
told you to go into it with nothing.
Well, yeah, I went into it with something, but I did watch it. I quite liked it though. I liked it a lot more than him. What score did you give it overall, by the way?
9.5.
9.5.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I gave it a 7, and I thought that was generous.
A 7.
What did Will think of it?
Will loves it.
Will loves it.
Me and Will have very similar thoughts on it.
Okay. Okay. What was your thought? If we're gonna spoil it now, I think.
Okay.
Um, but at the very start, you
Yeah.
know, you know the woman.
Which
Does it
one?
not
The wife?
the wife,
Yeah.
Amelia Clark? You know how doesn't it just annoy you how she gave up so easily? I was getting really pissed off. It was
Gave
like
up
she was
when?
like when she got bitten. It was just like she was trying to be a martyr, and I was
Because she
like,
was dead. Like, once you get bitten, you're dead. There's nothing you can do about it.
I
You know what I
still
mean? You
feel
can't
like
get better.
you just wouldn't give up like that. I do.
I think you definitely would.
I wouldn't. I don't think. Would I? No, I wouldn't.
If you and
It annoys
Jess
me.
were in the zombie apocalypse and you
Yeah,
got bitten by a zombie, you wouldn't be like, yeah, but in 3 days' time I'm going to turn into a zombie and I'm going to kill you. Leave me behind. Because there is nothing she could do about it. The way that the film presented the whole... one thing I really liked about the film was how the zombie apocalypse was not the events weren't centered around the zombie apocalypse. The zombie apocalypse was a backdrop for the film. There's a bit of a side note, which I'll revisit, but the way that the film portrayed the zombie apocalypse was it had already been going on for a really long time.
yeah,
The characters all knew, like, the stuff. Whenever he met anyone, they were like, "Oh yeah, what's your count? How long have you got left?" Like, it was a thing. Everybody knew. You get bitten. 48 hours later, or however long it was, I think it was 48 hours. You're a zombie.
yeah,
Smart people. He said, didn't he, when the kid to me was like, "We need to find the clever man." He was like, "Smarter people than you have failed to do it." There is no cure for the zombie. Once you're bitten, in 48 hours, you will become a zombie.
yeah. But I feel like
She doesn't want her husband and kid to get bitten and killed by her. So she's like, no, you have to go on without me. You have to leave me behind because at this point, I'm already dead. It's the right thing to do.
I'm not
She gave
disagreeing. I
up.
know it's
She
the right
gave
thing
up.
to do.
He didn't give up. And do you know what he got? He got bitten by her because he's an idiot.
Yeah,
I mean, I also, if I was the person that didn't get bit, I would be like, no, 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 just keep coming with us. You will be fine. You'll make it. Because that's what people do. But if I was the one to be bitten, I'd definitely be like, no, you have to go on without me. I'm dead already. I'm a liability now. In fact, I'd probably, like, straight away, as soon as I get bitten, maybe not straight away, probably at, like, the 45th hour, I'd get that spiky thing and I'd put it through my brain.
okay,
I don't want to be a zombie.
okay. I I'd go for being a zombie at this point.
I don't want to be a zombie. Those things, I wake up every morning with my hay fever and I look like those flipping zombies with the gum all over their eyes. I
They
can't
were
see a thing.
quite gruesome zombies, weren't they? They were a bit,
Yeah, I thought it
they were
was really
really
cool.
disgusting
The
looking.
special effects were really good, like the
Yeah.
prosthetics or however it was they did it.
Yeah, that can't have been CGI. That must have been legit.
No, it must have been prosthetics. There would have been no need to do it.
But it
any
did
other
look
way.
so cool. I
Did
did
look
like
cool.
the build up to that because you never actually saw them. Like when she was first in the yacht, and she's
You
climbing
didn't see
out,
it.
she just gets pulled straight back down. Yeah, you don't see what's doing it to her. I quite like that. I quite like the build up, and then you finally saw it, and you're kind of like, oh my god, that's disgusting. So I think I was at the point where there was an annoying little bit where he's driving the car and he sees a zombie in the road and he just doesn't run it over. That annoyed me a lot, and it stuck
Yeah,
with me.
I thought it was a bit dumb, but the thing that I kind of thought about that is, I mean, hitting a person is going to damage the car. Like, obviously, crashing into a tree damages it more, but he
Yeah.
wasn't planning to crash into a tree. And also, if I remember it correctly, he wasn't like watching the road and it stumbled into the road. He was like talking to her, and
Yeah,
he
yeah,
looked and it was there, and it was probably a bit of a like knee-jerk reaction. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
But
I
yeah,
get
it would
that.
have. He should have just hit the zombie.
And you know, it does getting injuries when you're turning into a zombie make it faster because
They
the
did
whole
seem to say
time
that, didn't they? I think it was. I think it
because
was like. I think what it was is when you die, you turn into a zombie. And so if because
right,
it was something like you're losing a lot of blood, you're going to change quicker.
yeah, okay,
That I
right,
think
that
that was what they
explains a
said,
lot
isn't it?
because she changed and she looked, no offense to her, she looked awful like very
Yeah,
quickly. She looked really ill really, really quickly, whereas Martin Freeman
he's
seemed to
lasted
take
for ages.
ages. He just kept going. I couldn't decide whether it was just pure willpower by Martin Freeman at that point,
Yeah,
or it
I'm not
was
sure.
just because she died so quickly. Which
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say into
we
that.
don't
I
know
was
how long like they were driving for, but it can't have been more than like six,
no,
7 hours. So it was a quick change.
it was a quick turnaround. Um,
I just I wrote after the bite, my notes were that kid is great at whistling to me. She was like, and it was like the bird noise. It was like so good. And then I've written, it just kind of struck me that the whole crux of this film is Martin Freeman wandering through zombified Australia with a baby in his backpack. It's just
yeah,
daft. It's just so daft.
yeah, it was. I was getting sick of the baby. There was so
I
many
liked it.
camera shots on that baby. It was ridiculous.
There was a really cool shot. I can't remember when it was.
Was
Oh, I
it?
think it was when he put the spike through his wife's head. Like after she'd bitten him and when they'd crashed and he went back to kill her.
Yeah,
And it was the focus was just on the baby's face and
and
the whole
and they were in the
background was
background.
blurred and it was happening
Yeah.
in the blurred background and it thought it was really cool cinematographically wise, I guess.
Wow. Yeah, I think you're right. I thought some of the shots they did were really nice. Um,
Yeah, it had some really lovely camera work.
yeah, it was really really good. I thought all the locations they filmed really suited it because there was at no point where I thought, oh shit, there's like a chance of no zombies being here. But it
Mm,
felt all really kind of
isolated.
detached. Yeah, isolated from the actual real world, as it were. I thought it was really cool.
So my notes here at this next bit go, oh, I like this army dude, and then my next note is, oh welp, he's a horrible racist
Yeah.
prick.
Wait, the
That
army
made me
dude?
laugh.
Is that
Kind of how
Vic?
quickly that was. Yeah, that was Vic.
Yeah, I didn't like Vic. I thought he was a good
No,
character, but I didn't like him.
yeah, like it was a cool character to have in there. It was
Yeah,
and he played it well, but yeah, he was a prick.
it was
Uh,
definitely predictable
you're
though,
not supposed
because
to like him.
you
Yeah,
knew he was going to come back in the end, and I
yeah. I
kind of
mean, the
get
reveal that he was a racist, horrible man was like that surprised me. Like I thought it was going to be like a buddy, and they were going to like fight it
team up.
together in a way.
Mm,
But the whole film was very isolating for Martin
yeah,
Freeman.
yeah. I thought
Um,
that was cool.
yeah, I really liked it. I thought it did a lot of things very well. I mean, the zombie genre has been done to death. Like there's so many zombie
Yeah,
films,
it definitely
but
has.
I thought this was quite a unique take on it
Mm.
in a way, in that it wasn't really a zombie film. It was a character drama in a zombie environment.
Yeah, well, I didn't think of it like that. That's quite cool actually, because there were definitely some really good characters in there, and the whole
Yeah,
as we're getting onto it now, when the whole kind of when he first sees Toomey and the whole kind of tribal characters, I thought that was a really cool different side of zombie films that we've not really seen because I've not seen many, but I like Shaun of the Dead, and from what I've seen of World War Z, it's just kind of all
yeah. It's all very urban a lot of the time. Yeah, most most zombie films are very urban, and this was
yeah,
very rural, and that was
yeah,
nice.
which is really cool. I enjoyed that whole rural aspect of it. I would have liked to see more of the tribal kind of dudes. I thought they
Mm.
would have been really, really cool to have more of.
Lorraine getting shot was predictable and kind
Yeah,
of a bit daft the way that they shot it with her like really slow motion, like jumping in
yeah,
front and then turning around. It was a bit too melodramatic for the rest of the film.
yeah, yeah,
But I mean, it was like I see why it happened. It was just a bit weird, like the way it happened. And then when Vic was chasing them both, when they were like chained up, I got kind of like Quiet Place vibes, like how they had to stay really silent and there was no music playing and it was really very tense. It made me laugh when because they hide in that little hole, and then there's a bit where Martin Freeman is trying to like smash the chains that's chaining him and Toomey together, and
Yeah,
Toomey just holds up the key. But it's like obviously Toomey's just been watching him bash that chain for like 5 minutes with the
yeah.
key like in his pocket. That made me laugh.
Yeah, I liked that whole bit. I liked the escape quite a lot. But it was predictable that Martin Freeman would get out and Toomey wouldn't. And then there was like it annoyed me that it was always kind of like a race against time. The whole film was a race against time,
Well,
when it
yeah,
comes.
because it was a race against from him being bit to him turning.
But I feel like a lot of the zombie films are kind of like that.
That's because that's what the zombie genre is. That's how
Yeah,
you get your conflict in it. I mean, every film is just a conflict and obstacles, and in the zombie
yeah,
genre, that is the conflict is time, like all the
yeah.
time. I think that's just what you have to kind of accept about it.
I think you're right.
Um, I thought they did it really well, to be honest. I mean, to say it was a 48-hour period, there's certainly, if anything, it felt a bit long.
Yeah, it did feel. It did
Like it
feel a
felt
long
like he
time.
had a really long time to live.
Well, that's why. Yeah, that's why I was talking about the woman. I thought.
Yeah, but I don't know. I thought obviously he's the main character. They're not going to kill him halfway through. So,
Yeah, I almost
and
want
I
them to
thought that
do
the
that.
way they staggered it was really good. Like first it was just him hurting from the bite, and then when Thingy woke up in the cave and he was like eating the blood off the wall.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
obviously, I think that's to some extent he was kind of being pulled back by Rosie and by needing to look after her because I think
yeah.
from what we saw like with the other times, like eating the blood he was like zombie at that point, like his eyes had changed a bit, but then he heard Rosie and it like kind of came back and
Yeah.
his humanity came out more. And so I think he did get a bit of a slow burn because of his like how much he was caring for Rosie
Passion.
and the
Yeah,
like yeah, the need that he felt to look after her. I just it struck me in that bit how every like role Martin Freeman ever plays is just like exasperated man.
yeah.
And
I,
also, when did he get so old?
he did look pretty old
He
though,
looked
didn't
really old in this film, and he looked really old in the most recent season of Sherlock as well. But he hasn't looked old before that.
he? Maybe it's just a sudden thing. Maybe it's a
He looks
midlife
really young
crisis.
and everything else. Like if you look at him in The Hobbit, he looks young.
Yeah,
But obviously, there's probably some makeup stuff because the character's younger. But even in like previous seasons of Sherlock, he
he's
looks way
always looked
younger.
younger.
He's just
Yeah,
suddenly gone all grey and old.
poor guy.
Yeah,
I
sad.
hope he makes himself young again. Um,
I liked
yeah,
the tree grave
yeah,
that
that
her
was
dad
cool.
was in. I thought that was really cool. I don't know anything about kind of indigenous people's culture or anything like that, so I don't know how accurate it was,
No, I don't
but
know
it was really
either.
cool.
It was really cool. When Vic came back, I thought that was
Just
just
before that, before we got there was a bit where him and Toomey find that family on the river, and
oh,
the
that's
dad's been
awful.
bitten, and the dad kills all of his family and then himself, and I thought it was just really depressing.
It
Like,
was really
but
depressing.
I think that would be the stark reality of a zombie apocalypse. I bet you would get a lot of murder suicides. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I if I've already said
I
that
think you'd
I
get
would kill
a lot of
myself if
suicides.
I'd been bitten. I would kill myself before I turned.
Yeah.
And it was him and 3 kids. What are they going to do without him?
No, there was the mother there. She could have definitely
It was an
looked after.
older sister, I think. I think it was an older sister.
Oh, oh my
I
God.
thought it was like a 17, 18-year-old sister, the oldest
Okay.
girl. And I can see where he's coming from. It's like, well, all they're going to do is they're going to suffer and have a really crappy time until they get eaten by zombies and die.
Yeah, but then Vic returns, which was
Yeah.
inevitable.
I mean, I think it was a bit contrived, like him just turning up in that
Yeah,
tunnel. But they're going to work with the characters they've got, and there needed to be some extra conflict at the end there. And I thought that Vic was a evil character, and you could see that he would have just been following, like, trying to find them the whole time, because he obviously was a
yeah,
psycho. Um, so I wasn't too annoyed by it.
yeah. Um,
He was a prick, wasn't he? Jeez.
he was a prick. I got really scared when he was like when he had Rosie. I knew he wasn't gonna kill her,
Yeah,
but holy
I was
shit,
worried that he would break the neck.
it was
But
awful.
no, and then from there on, I was basically in tears for the rest of the
Yeah,
film.
it was a really sad ending.
Then there was they were walking and they were like Toomey was injured. He was just getting more and more zombie, and the baby was
Yeah,
just on his back. And then he turns in the
yeah,
he turns to the zombie in the thing, and it's like, well, he's just gonna kill Toomey and the baby now. But the way that they did it was I thought was really cool. With the like carrot on a stick,
yeah. I thought that was really smart,
and that shot where it was all the tribe and it was the
and it was
mists and it was a
all,
really
and they'd
bright
come out of the
light,
mist.
and then
Yeah,
coming out of the mist. That's when I started to cry, and I
really?
just kept crying until the end of the credits.
Oh my
Um,
god.
I was in full on sobs when because they came out of the thing and I was crying, and then they went to like stab him with the spear,
Mm.
and the Toomey stopped them, and I was like, oh man, that's sad. And he sprayed the wife's perfume,
Yeah, that was.
and then they killed him, and that's when I started like sobbing. I was fully sobbing. I've got a picture on my phone of me just sobbing. I'll tweet
Oh my
it.
god. Can we
Um,
can you put that in at this point?
oh
Picture of you
maybe,
crying.
yeah, I'll put it onto the YouTube video and I'll tweet it from the podcast account.
Nice.
And then when they like took the baby back to the camp and it had the thank you written on its belly
Yeah,
with in the like paint. So obviously he'd known that that was all going to happen, and that was it was just really wholesome but depressing. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
I really did enjoy it, but yeah,
I
it
kind of
hit
want to
me.
see what happens to Rosie though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, a
I
sequel.
think
I don't want
Rosie's
a
story though
sequel.
would be that would be a zombie apocalypse story rather than a character story. Do you know what I mean?
I guess so. Yeah.
The last film though that made me cry as much as that film was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Have you seen that?
Never seen that.
It's really good. You should watch it. It's not obviously it's not my turn to recommend, and I probably wouldn't anyway. It's an old film. It's a black and white, I think, with Jack Nicholson in.
Yeah, I kind
It's
of.
very very good.
I think my dad's talked about it at some point.
My thoughts on the film overall, I wrote down, were that I really, really enjoyed the self-contained world of it. I thought it did world building almost in a Mad Max kind of way, where it all just happened in this world. It wasn't about the world.
Yeah,
I really liked that. That was my main kind of plus for it. I thought all the performances were really good. I mean, Toomey's was acting
Toomey's was
wise was it was
outstanding.
I don't know. I think there were bits towards his beginning or her beginning even. That was the other thing. I thought it was a boy like the entire
I
film.
thought it was a boy.
Yeah, but she was at the beginning a little wooden, but you know it was a child actor. I thought it was a good, it was a very good child actor performance, and then towards the end it was completely believable. All the performances really good. The cinematography was really good, and the setting, you know, the views, the setting, the location was really. It added to the. It wasn't just this is taking place in America, in Australia. It added to the film overall. So yeah, I gave it a 9.5. I really enjoyed it. I thought it told the story that it wanted to tell really well, and that story was engaging, was emotional, and yeah, didn't really have any negative things to say about it. It was a bit contrived at times, and yeah, I think the main thing was the fact that his wife seemed to change like straight away, and he lived a bit longer. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Have you got any final thoughts on the film?
Yeah, I thought it was a good film. I liked it. It's not the best film I've seen. For me, I'm not a big fan of the whole zombie genre, but I did like it. I really like the tribal aspect of it. I can't get over that. But I'm glad you chose it. I'm glad Will chose it. It was
Yeah, I'm glad
a
Will
very
chose
nice
it.
choice. Yeah, I think my friend gave it a 5 or a 6. I gave it a 7, and you gave it a 9,
9.5.
9.5. Why not 10?
Because I did just mention it in the thing, but basically because it was sometimes a bit too inconsistent with its own internal logic, and some of the occasionally to me I didn't find super believable performance
Yeah.
wise.
Holy shit. Let's move on. What are you choosing for next week's album?
So the album that I'm choosing for next week is Guts and Teeth by Old Man Markley.
Oh, you
This is
mentioned this
my
in the first podcast.
I did. This is my favourite album,
Okay. I've never
so you've
listened
got to
to
like it.
Old Man Markley, but I will do. My choice for the film is called Annihilation on Netflix, which I know nothing about other than it's got Natalie Portman in it.
Oh, I like Natalie
I
Portman.
think it's a sci-fi film. I kind of looked at the picture for it real quick on Netflix.
Yeah.
And it's got a picture of 2 deers, but they're not real deers. They're like robot deers. They look really cool.
Oh, cool.
And that's it. We haven't watched something sci-fi yet, so I was like, let's watch it.
Yeah, that sounds cool. You got anything you want to say before we finish?
No, not really. Have you, Tom? Any PSAs?
Don't harass Kelly Marie Tran. Star Wars fans are the
Oh
worst.
yeah,
That's what I've got to say.
that got a bit out of hand, didn't it?
It was crazy. Did you
fan.
see Mark Hamill's tweet today?
I did. No, not today. I didn't see it. Oh, I might have done.
It
No,
was
I
a
didn't.
picture. It was a picture of him and Kelly Marie Tran, and it said, "What's not to love?" # Get a Life, nerds.
Oh yeah,
He's
I did see that.
He's actually an icon. Thanks for listening to Word on a String. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook at WOAS Podcast.
World on the String is hosted by James Curgenven and Tom Joshi-Cale. You can find me on Twitter at James Curgenven.
And you can find me at AceTorterra1. All music on the show is original music by James Curgenven.